Netflix stock dropped by over 8% this morning. And this is following their earnings report, which came in much worse than expected, missing by a pretty wide margin.
You can see that the earnings per share estimate for Netflix was $6.97, but instead the actual number that came out was just $5.87. When we take a look at the earnings surprise, this was a miss of 15.7%. And let's just look at historically how Netflix tends to do in their earnings. You can see they usually beat by some margin, but it's usually positive. They usually beat estimates. We can see here they beat, here they beat, here they beat, here they beat. So this is the first time that we're seeing Netflix earnings miss in quite a while. And it's a pretty wide miss at that. And looking at Netflix on the 15-minute chart, you can see how violent that drop actually was. Netflix has a forward PE in the 38 range and a trailing 12-month PE ratio around 53. Even when we compare it to its 3-year average, the stock is really pricey right now. And the challenge is if your stock is priced really expensively and you put in bad earnings, you get punished big time. You can see the daily chart left a big gap here on Netflix. What do you guys think? Do you think this is going to get filled, or do you think Netflix has more downside for now? In my personal opinion, I love the company. I think they build a really incredible product, but I do think it has more downside, especially given that it is priced very expensively, and a miss in earnings can really shake investors. So I'd be willing to pick it up at a lower price, but I probably wouldn't touch it unless we got a discount.